All right, y'all. Look, what's good, y'all? We back with another joint. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say something, and y'all might think like, "Oh, you just doing that just to cause whatever." Because I typically don't do stuff like this, but I definitely do have my thoughts, and then we gonna share them. We gotta keep it real about the always on display here with the iPhone. Um, and I'm gonna keep it real myself. I'm gonna do my best. We're gonna keep it real with them too. It's not an always on display. I just want to get that out there. But if you want to know how I really feel about it, you'll find out after this. What's good, y'all? It's your man Wayne Trent. We back with another joint. Like I said, y'all, look, we comparing the always on displays from Android compared to Apple. I'm not gonna do like everyone because there's definitely like some manufacturers do the always on display a little bit different than others. But in this one, I have the Xiaomi 12s Ultra as my Android of choice versus the iPhone 14 Pro always on display edition. This is the verses that we're going to be doing first. Apparently there's some tech, because one of the things about Apple's always on display that had me a little bit concerned is the fact that when you look at it, nothing changes. There's no, so as you can see, the time is stuck at this place. And whereas like most always on displays on Android, they kind of shift. As you can see here, right now the always on display is up there. Just a moment ago it was actually down there in the middle. Sometimes it's at the bottom, sometimes it's at the very top. The reason why that's being done is to prevent burn in the display. And this is an area as well, because I'm talking about stuff and there's some things that I may not exactly know or get correct. So I have no problem letting y'all know that. And if you guys have a problem with what I say in this video, please let it be known in the comments. I'm definitely down to have a conversation. I'm definitely down to learn some stuff as well. So anyway, back to this battle. Just off the bat, I understand everybody's gripe with the always on display. It kind of defeats the purpose. It's basically just a always dim display, like a lot of people have been saying. But if we're gonna also keep it real, the whole point of an always on display is to be able to see your display on always. So Apple literally did that. We have a display that's consistently on always, the way that you probably would like it in a perfect world, because it's bright enough to see. It has, I wish it was a little bit more customizable. It's very new, but I do like the font. I like the size of the font. I like the widget choices that they use. You can actually customize some of those widgets. I'll check those out here in a second, but I like what I see here. One of the things I'm gonna try out right here though real quick is notifications. So I'm gonna send myself a text message. I'm gonna send myself a text message right now just to see what we see from the always on display when you do that. So I got a message on my watch, but you see it down here at the bottom. I have a text there, so let me make sure that's off. So the display is on its always on or always dim mode, and you see your notification there at the bottom. I like that. So when we tap in, then you can, do your thing and get into the message. I just went right here to the settings real quick just to check out a few things. And I see, so there's a toggle for the always on. I wanted to see if there was different options that you can like see if whatever notification that you actually can get. And so I sent myself a text message and it popped up. I am curious to see if emails and such like pop up the same way. I haven't really checked that out enough yet, but just that right there, I like that implementation better than what you're gonna get on Android. When it comes to the always on display for Android, and it looks like I have mine pretty much set at ambient mode. I'm here in the settings for the always on display for Android. Now, Android gives you a plethora of settings of different, you can change your widgets and whatnot. Even here, you got different things. You can, let's just say, display items for 10 seconds after tapping. So you get a few options with your always on display just to make your experience a little bit more unique. Whereas with Apple, you do get to change, the font and whatnot. Now you can change some of the widgets here. So what you got to do is once you activate the screen, you long press and hit customize, and you hit the lock screen. So now you can actually change the type of widgets that you want. You can change even this color of the always on, it looks like. So let's say I'm gonna do this purple just to show you guys what we're looking at. So I got the purple popping, Vikings, let's get it. Ooh, I'm leaving that actually. Hold on, that's lit. So then we turn it off, and what you get is it still is a hint of purple. You won't be able to see this probably much to the camera versus black, but there's a hint of purple. So then when I tap on it, it eliminates completely purple. I'm not gonna lie, I really do like Apple's implementation of the always on display. It's just a little bit better than Android. Now the thing here is, I don't know what's going on with my S12s Ultra, but so like, all right, so that's pretty much what we're going up against. So this is the always on display. It looks nice. You can see your battery and everything, but I think for me, I just would rather have this as to look at. Like, it's aesthetically a little bit more pleasing. And you get the option obviously to get full pictures if that's something that you want. Now, the negative to that right now is that there are reports that this is draining battery life. So I can't quantify an exact amount because it's pretty inconsistent. I've heard some people say that it's really not affecting their battery life that much, to people saying that it's literally the reason why their battery life is so bad is because of that always on display. Now, I can't prove any of them. I don't know. I'm not here to do that. But what I will give you is my experience, and I've been playing around with it for a couple of days, and battery life with the always on display has, I can't tell you what it's like off. I'll just say that because I'm leaving it on. But my battery life has been pretty solid for the most part, especially things like standby time, which is probably the most important thing comparing it to, or when we're talking about this always on display. So at the start of my day, I actually didn't even fully charge this. Today I had it at like 40, or not 40, I had it at about, I got it all the way up to 86%. So we're sitting here at 37% here at 11 o'clock at night. Now, this was not a heavy day for it. I was definitely playing music pretty much all day, but I was not using a lot of messaging and whatnot, all that stuff. I was receiving notifications, but not doing a lot of communicating myself. So, and I was on a Wi-Fi signal for the most part, majority of the day. But with that being said, I still think that's pretty good, for the 11 Pro or for the 14 Pro, the size. We're talking about having this always on display on all day as well. I don't think that's bad. Now, as far as Android goes, you pretty much don't ever have to worry about it because of the way it's being used. It's only using the pixels that are lit up. So just in that little area, everything else around that is shut off, everything that's black. And that's the way that Android across the board pretty much does their always on displays. Now, we always talk about Apple, they do their own thing, and that's what they've done here. Will there be a fix, so to speak? I don't know. I haven't seen that yet. I would like to have the option though to be able to basically use the always on display like Android. And I believe that can be done through software, only because they do have, there is an OLED display, an OLED panel on the iPhone. So it's capable of turning. That's the whole idea of OLED anyway. It can do that. And I think they can implement or add that feature through software if that's something, just giving people the option of, I want to actually use, if whether they want to use they're always on display the way they've put it in, or giving the people even more battery savings to be able to use it how Android does it. So that would be nice to see. But I want to give y'all an answer. I do think Apple's implementation of the always on display is better than Android's. Is it efficient? More efficient? No, that's not the situation here. I just think what Apple's doing with it is better. They're definitely missing some features, some things that I would like, but if they can add some more functionality from the closed lock screen, I had that on so long, but so you can actually click weather. You can get onto the weather through the lock screen. Now, you can tap on icons and stuff on Android too, but most Android always on displays only display like small icons that are always usually pretty hard to tap or whatever. I don't like it. Even if you can successfully tap those icons, I just don't like the look of just those tiny icons. Whereas here on the iPhone, I like that. Everything is large, accessible, easy to get to. Again, aesthetically pleasing, and yeah, I would choose this version of it all day over the typical Android one. Now, I know y'all been seeing the Z Flip here. It really was no point in it being there, but this is theirs. Like that. That's granted. This is just a little cover display, but I like that. Like simple. But anyway, though, iPhone 14 Pro Max or Pro for me when it comes to the always on display. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What's your favorite? What would you rather have in your always on display? And if you do got the iPhone, let me know if you are experiencing some battery issues with yours. So anyway, it's your man Wayne Train. We out.